Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Amira Damia, and today I'll be presenting findings from a research article published in the International Journal of Multicultural and Multi-Religious Understanding. The title of the study is Human Resources Training and Development Activities, the analysis of their roles in increasing the performance of the company. This research was conducted by Muhammad Vega Valfarita and Dwi Narulia from Universitas Negeri Malang, Indonesia. The study takes place in the broader context of human resource development across very economic environments. Indonesia was chosen to represent a developing country and Singapore, a developed country. The aim to see if company training strategies function differently depending on a country's economic maturity and HR infrastructure. The keyword focus was to test the effect of training costs per employee, average training hours on company performance measured by return of asset ROE. The researchers collect panel data over a 10-year period turned from 2012 to 2021 involving 64 Indonesian companies, 92 Singaporean companies. All companies were listed on their respective national stock exchange. To analyze the data, the study used panel regression models. A fixed effect models was applied for Indonesia to account for firm-level characteristics. A random effect model was used for Singapore, where company-specific variation were assumed to be random. Let's now discuss the main issue identified in the study, factors that can make or break the success of training and development programs in organization. First, effectiveness of training investment. One of the core issues is whether higher training costs actually lead to better company performance. While many companies invest large amount in employee training, the study warns that this investment can become wasteful if it is not properly planned, targeted, or evaluated. So spending alone is not enough. What matters is how well the training aligns with organizational goals and employee needs. Second, impact of training duration. There is a common assumption that longer training duration lead to better learning and stronger employee competencies. However, the data in this study does not consistently support that belief. In reality, longer does not always mean more effective. What matters more is the quality, relevance, and application of the training content. Third, evaluation deficiency. Another critical issue is the lack of proper training evaluation. Many companies skip essential steps like pre-training planning and post-training assessment. As a result, it's difficult to measure whether the training had any real impact on employee performance or organizational results. Also, if the training is not relevant to the employee's actual job roles, its value becomes very limited. Lastly, motivation as a moderating factor. Finally, the study highlights the role of employee motivation. Even the most well-designed training programs may fail to deliver results if employees are not motivated to learn or if the organizational environment does not support growth and learning. Training success depends not only on content and delivery, but also on employee engagement and a positive company culture. At the findings, starting with Indonesia. For Indonesia, training costs per employee had a positive and significant impact on return on asset ROA. This suggests that when companies invest wisely in training, it can boost financial performance. However, training duration had no significant impact. Simply increasing the number of training hours did not lead to better results. Again, quality over quantity matters. While in Singapore, okay, the results were quite different. Neither training cost nor training duration had a significant effect on company performance. This was surprisingly, especially for a developed country with more resources. The reason many Singaporean firms lack proper evaluation system. Training is often delivered without assessing its relevance to employee roles or the organization needs. Based on the finding, the authors offer several recommendations to improve the effectiveness of training programs. Okay, first, align training with job roles. Conduct throughout training needs assessment, which is TNA. Actually, it's to ensure the content is directly relevant to job tasks and organizational goals. Number 2, implement robust evaluation models. Apply key metrics for level evaluation, reaction, learning, behavior, and results. And number 3, focus on quality over duration. Short, job-specific, and practical training can often be more impactful than long generic session. Consider blending learning, case-based methods, and on-the-job mentoring to maximize effectiveness. In conclusion, this study reminds us that training is not a magic bullet. Spending more doesn't guarantee results. The real impacts come from careful planning, ensuring relevance to employee roles, encouraging motivation, and using effective evaluation tools, whether in a developing country like Indonesia or a developed one like Singapore. Companies must adopt a strategic approach to training to achieve performance gains.